Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about candidate elimination algorithm in ML. So this algorithm helps to find the consistent hypothesis. So I have given some set of example. So from this example, we are going to find out the consistent hypothesis. So I hope everyone know about Fine's algorithm. So what is the difference between Fine's and elimination, candidate elimination algorithm? Actually, in Fine's algorithm also will be finding the consistent output, but with only one value, that is only with the positive values. But here we are going to find even including your negative values. So both the positive and negative values will be included in your candidate elimination algorithm. So as this example is written here, we have both positive value. So here yes is nothing but your positive values, and no is nothing but your negative values. So we are going to find out for both a positive and negative values using two hypotheses. One is general hypothesis and another one is specific hypothesis. So we are going to write a general hypothesis and specific hypothesis. So let me write here specific hypothesis as yes, okay, and general hypothesis as G. Okay, so this is what the first step. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write specific hypothesis as S and general hypothesis as G. Now, initially, I want to write the value of specific hypothesis and general hypothesis. So always remember, general hypothesis is always defined with the symbol question mark, and as well as specific hypothesis is always starts with null value. Okay, so let me write G0 as question mark. So how many question marks we have to write? So for that we have to follow up the table. So in this table we have four examples, right? In each examples we have six columns for your values. So sunny, warm, normal, strong, warm, and same. We have six values. So what we have to do? We have to write six question mark symbols. You don't include this value because this is about only deciding whether it is a positive value or negative value. So just avoid this while writing a question mark. So we have to include six question marks. In case if we have five columns, then we have to write five question mark symbols. Okay. So here I'm what I have to do. I have to write six question mark symbol for my general hypothesis. See, this is what I have done for G0. The same way I have to write for S0. The same way I have to write for S0 is what I have to do for S0. S0, you have to write the null values, right? So I'm going to write six null values. Yes. Yeah, this is on my six null values I have written here. So this is my S0 and this is my G0. This is my initial level as well. Okay, now I'll move on to the first step. The first step is we are going to solve this first line, that is first example. We are going to solve with the first example. And one more thing before starting this, I want you all to know about this concept. That is wherever we are finding positive value, then start your answering your question from your general hypothesis. So if I'm finding here, yes is a positive. So this means first I have to start from general hypothesis. In case if it is a negative value, see in case 3 we have, example 3 we have no, right? So this is my negative value. So if it is negative value, then you just start from S value, specific hypothesis. Okay. So what I'm going to do is now, I'm going to take my first example. What is my thing is, this is a positive value. So I'm just starting here. I'm going to write G1. Why G1? Because the first example, so I'm going to write G1. What we have to do for G1? See, in this case, we have question mark. Just compare question mark and sunny. What we have to write? We just write the question mark. Because we are not yet decided, so we have to write a question mark as it is. So your answer will be the same question mark for G1 as well. So this is for G0 and this is for G1. See, I have said you to start from, if it is S means we have to start from G. That is okay. But still, you have to solve S also as well. First, initially we have to start from G, but we have to solve S as well. So I'm solving my S value. So I'm solving S1. So what I have to do, just replace the null value into these values. Initially we have null values. So I'm just replacing my null value into the original value of example 1. So what I have to write for first null value is sunny. The second one is warm. The third one is normal. Fourth one is strong. The fifth one is warm. And the sixth one is stay. Yes, I have replaced all my null values into the values which is placed in your S1. I hope you all understand till this. We'll move on to the next example so that you can understand the concept clearly. So let me move on to the second example. The first example is over. So I'm just moving on to the second example. Again, first what we have to do, we have to check whether it is a positive or negative value. So if I checked, it is a positive one. So what we have to do, if it is positive, then start from G value. G value is nothing but start from generic hypothesis. So what is the general hypothesis here? The next value, that is G2. So I'm going to start with G2. So again, it is in question mark symbol. So again, it is in question mark symbol. It is in a positive value. So there is no change. So what I have to write? Again, I have to write the question mark symbol. See, I have entered 6 question marks. Okay. So now G0, G1, G2 are the same values as of now. As of now. So once this is over, what we have to do? We have to move for S value. S value is nothing but the specific hypothesis. Here I am going to move for S value. That is your S2. So now how you are going to write your S2? Now you just compare your S1 value with S2. So if any changes over there, you just change it as a question mark symbol. If both the values are same, then write as it is. Now check sunny and sunny, both are same, right? So I'm just entering as sunny. Then the next one, warm and warm, both are same. So write as it is warm. The next one, high and normal. So now we are finding the difference over here. So because here we have high, but here the data is normal. So now what we are going to do, we are going to convert this value into question mark because we have not yet decided what is the value exactly. So we have changed this into question mark. Then next, move on to the next, check with strong and strong. Yeah, both are same. So I'm writing it as a strong. Then we have to check for the next one. Both are same. And I'm writing warm. And the next one is both are same again. So I'm writing same. I hope you understood till this because this is your S2 value. Okay. So now again what we have to do, we have completed the second case, right? Now we are moving on to your third case. So what is the third case is rainy, cold, high, strong, warm change. But what we have to see, the major important thing is we have to check whether it is a positive or negative. So now it is in a negative position. So what I said, if it is in a negative, we have to start from S value. Yes, we have to start from S value. So now I'm going to start with the S value. Yeah, now what we have to do is we are move on to the third step, right? Or as I said, it is a negative. Why we are expecting negative value, but we are getting negative. Why it is negative? I'm telling because here it is sunny, but here it is rainy. Here it is warm. Here it is cold. So obviously it is a negative one. So they also mentioned it as a negative one. So here at this stage we are not supposed to change anything. We have to write this value as it is, which means your S3 also the same value. So the S3, you just write the same value of S2. Okay, let me write it. Yeah, I'm just writing the same value as sunny, warm. So the next one is question mark. The another one is strong and warm. Again, the next one is same. Okay. So this is over as of now. I have written mistakenly. Sorry. Before this, after I submit. Yeah. So I have completed S3. So this is my S3. So as I said, now S3 is over. Initially we started with the S3. Just move on to the G value. We have to complete our G3 value as well. So I'm going to start with my G value here. Yeah, now what we have to do, we have to find for G3, right? So I'm writing G3. Now what we have to do in this G3, just go to your third example. So this is your third example, right? In this third example, I'm going to write the opposite value of this example. For example, here I'm finding rainy, right? I'm just going to write this as sunny. Here I'm finding cold, then I'm going to convert and I'm going to write it as a warm. These are some conditions. So like that, I have to write. So let me tell you. See, I have written G3. And what I have to do is the first step, rather than writing your rainy, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write sunny. The other things are question mark. See, we have to write separate hypothesis. So other five criteria is going to be your question mark. Now the second one is your second criteria. Before changing the second one, the first one will be in a question mark symbol. So first question mark. Now convert the cold into warm. So what I will get? The answer is warm again. So other things are question mark. We have to write question mark, and another question mark. This is how we have to write throughout the problem. See, throughout this example. So the next one, high. So opposite for the high is normal. So I'm just writing two question mark because the first question mark is about the first one. And the second question mark is about the second one. Here I'm going to write about the third question mark. So I'm just going to write, I'm going to convert the high into normal. Yes, the normal. The others are as usual, what I said, the question mark, comma, question mark, comma, question mark. Yes. So the next one. Now what we have to do next is wind. So here see you don't have any opposite values. So all are comes in all four examples are strong. So just leave this one, ignore this. No need to write anything. Just we'll move on to the next one. Next one in the sense we have four question mark, right? We'll start with four question mark, comma, question mark. Then now I'm going to convert my warm into cool. Then again, I'm going to write question mark for the last word. Okay, now we'll move on to the last step, last column. Here, what it is, I have changed. So what I have to write, I have to write same. Okay, so I'm just marking it as a 5 question mark symbol. Yes, then I'm entering sync. I hope you all clear till this step. So this is your G3. Okay, this is your G3. We have completed G3. So what is our next step? So next step is we are moving on to G4. Sorry, not the fourth value, fourth example. So again, you have to check whether the fourth example is positive or negative value. This is a positive value. So what I'm going to do is we'll start from the G value. So whenever it is positive, as I said, we have to start from G. Whenever it is negative, we have to start from S. Okay, S is nothing but specific hypothesis. G is nothing but general hypothesis. So now we are going to start with G4. Now we are going to start with the G4. So here, let me tell you how to convert and write this example into G4. So we have to verify each and every value. First, we will verify whether sunny matches with all the values. So let me check. This is sunny, the first one. Yeah, in first example, it is sunny, it is positive. So this is true. The second example, see, in the first example, it is sunny as well as it is a positive. So this is true. The second one, again, it is sunny. It is a positive value. So this is also true. But in the third condition, it is they have mentioned that as a rainy. But see, it is a negative value. So we can consider this is a correct example. And see, the next one is fourth one is sunny. So again, this is sunny. It matches. So what we have to do, this is eligible to write here for G4. So I'm writing this. This is a correct example. Now this one is selected. Here, what we are before that, let me tell you what we are going to do is we are going to eliminate some values and we are going to write the needed hypothesis alone. We are going to write only the important hypothesis. Other than that, we are going to eliminate other hypotheses. So this is the correct one. So we can write sunny value. The next one. Next we'll see whether the condition is matches with our example. So the first one is question mark. We don't want to consider about it. Let's move on to the warm. We'll be checking for the warm. See, the first one is warm. It is a positive. So I'm considering this. In the second example, it is warm again. It is positive. So this is also correct. In the third one, it is cold, but it is a negative value. It is a negative one. So this is also considered. And here we'll move on to the fourth. It is a positive. Again, the positive is yes. So we can write this warm as well. Now we'll check for the next one, normal. See, here it is normal. It is a positive. Yeah, it is correct. The next one, high. But here it is also a positive again. But there is a change in your value. So at this stage, what we can do, we can omit this value. We just don't want to write your normal, we just don't want to write this criteria. So this will be rejected. This will be removed from this criteria. Okay. So next we'll check for the cool one. So let me check for this cool. Again, I'm checking what I have to do. Whether this first step itself it is wrong, because here it is warm, but in this warm this is a S value. What it means is a positive value, but here they have mentioned it as a cool. So obviously this criteria also will be rejected. So what I'm going to do, I am just eliminating this value as well. Okay. Again, for the next one, same. Again, for the same, you just check for the first one, it is correct. Second one also correct. Third one also correct. But in the fourth one, they have mentioned as change, but they have mentioned, again, they mentioned as a yes value, which means this is also wrong. So what I have to do, you have to eliminate this value as well. Okay. So what are the two things we have remaining? We have only sunny and we have the another one is warm. Yes. So just write these two things in your G4. So what I'm going to write, you have to write sunny. Yes, you have to write sunny and the another one is warm. Yeah, before writing warm, what we have to do, we have to write question mark. Then only we have to write warm because it is in a second column. So follow up the columns and write. Yes. So this is your G4. Now we found our G4 value. So let us move on to the next and we'll discuss about the next value. What we have to do, once the G4 is completed, now we'll move on to the S4 because S4 is not at over, right? So now we'll move on to the S4. So what we have to do, we have to compare this S3 with your fourth example. If it matches, right as it is. If it does not match anything, then we have to make it as a question mark. Right? That is what the criteria for this. So I'm just writing S4. So what is the first one? Sunny. See, here also it is sunny and here also it is sunny. Both are matching. So what we have to write? Just write sunny as it is. The next step, here also warm and here also it is warm. So I'm writing warm as it is. So the next one is question mark and high. Wherever you are finding question mark and high, what you have to write? You have to write the question mark symbol. Yes. The next one is strong, strong. Both are matching. So I'm just writing strong as it is. Next one. See, these two are, we have found the changes on this two, warm and cold. So just make it as a question mark. Then again, here also we found some changes because here it is same, but here it is changed. So again, you have to convert this into question mark. So as of now, we found the answer for your specific hypothesis and your general hypothesis. See, the G4 is sunny and warm, and the S4 is sunny, warm, question mark, strong question mark, question mark. So this is the one part what we have completed. Now the second step, what we are going to do is we are just going to compare this S4 with G4, and you are going to create the consistent hypothesis. Okay. Now the next step is we are going to compare this S4 with the G4. Now let's start this. See, now what we are going to do, as I said, we are just going to compare S4 and G4. So how you are going to write this is, so here, see, we have two criteria. One is sunny and the other one is warm. Others are question mark, right? So here we have sunny, warm, strong. Now what we have to do, you have to mask these two and write together. For example, see, I'm adding warm in this criteria. Only one can be changed. One question mark can be changed at a time, not all the question mark. Using this criteria, you just implement this one in G4, but only one question mark will be changed at a time, not all the question marks. Okay. So what I'm going to write is the first one is sunny. Okay, comma. What I'm going to write, I'm going to change this question mark into warm. Okay, I'm going to change this question mark into warm, comma. So others are same. Because we already changed one question mark, right? So we are not supposed to change the other question mark. So others will be question mark as it is. This is one condition. We'll move on to the next. For the next condition, again, we have sunny. Other than warm, what we have, we can include strong, right? So we can include strong here. Now, sunny, comma, question mark, comma, again question mark, comma, what we have to write now? We have to write strong. Okay, strong, comma, question mark, comma, question mark. All right. I hope you understood now. Yes. So this is what the second criteria we can write. So what about the next one? Next one is this is over. We have completed two possibilities because already the sunny is over here. So here also already the sunny is over here. So we can't write the repeated type, right? So what we have included warm, we included strong. So one this part is over. Now we'll move on to this part. What are the possibilities? We have to fill it. So now we'll move on to this part for the possibility. So for replacing this question mark, we can include sunny and warm. But what it is already the same criteria we have finished, we have completed, right? The sunny, comma, warm, comma, question mark, question mark, question mark. The same thing it will be here. So we just avoid it. Another one, what we can do? We can write, we can include the strong, right? So what I'm going to do is the first one is question mark, comma, the second one is warm, comma, the third one is again question mark, comma, the fourth one is strong, ng strong, comma, and the others are okay, the others are question mark. Okay, question mark, comma, question mark. So this is what I have written for my answer is this is what I have found. Now this is called your consistent hypothesis. Finally, this is for answer. This is called your consistent hypothesis. Okay. Okay, now let's discuss with another example. So I have given here as three columns, size, color, and shape. The classes labels as well. So as I said, we'll start with the first example. So if you are going with the first line, so it is in a negative value. So already I said you, if it is negative, then start with the specific hypothesis. If it is positive, then always we have to start with the general hypothesis. So here it is a negative value. So I'm starting with the S1. Okay. So initially, I have initialized S0 as null value and T0 as a question mark. Okay. So here S1. So S1 is a null value. Why here? Why I'm mentioning it as null? Because so initially it is no, as well as we if we compare both the value, if you compare null and big, if you compare null and red, and if you're comparing null and circle, then you have to write null. So there is a rule when comparing null and some values, you have to write the null value, right? So yeah, I'm comparing these two and I'm writing null value. So the first label is initially I started with S1 and S1 is over. Once S1 is over, then what we have to do? We have to move on to the G1. Okay, then only we have to move for the next example. So now I'm going to the G1 and I'm going to write the G1 value. So what we have to do, so already I said you, if whatever the value is available, just opposite value, just write the opposite value of that value. Okay, so let us take the first example. So I'm going to write G1. Now here it is big, so I'm writing small and making other two as a question mark. The same way, the second one, I'm making this as a blue color and other twos are question mark. And the next one, the same way, it is a triangle and other two are question mark. This is what my G1. Okay. So now I'll move on to the next example. So this is my next example, and this is also a negative. Okay. This is also a negative. So what we have to do again, you have to start from S2. Yes. So again, if you are starting from S2, when comparing S1 with S2, again, if you have any one null value, then automatically you have to write the null value. So null, null, null. Yeah, we have written null values. Okay. So once S2 is over, what we have to do, we'll move on to the G2. So here you have to understand this concept very clearly. Listen. So what I'm doing is I'm moving on to the G2, right? So what is G2? Here, so see, there is one thing when we have to compare each and every one with that line. With that line means with this line. Okay. So now you compare the first criteria, that is small comma question mark comma question mark. Is it possible? Yes, because the first value is small. It is possible. Question mark can be replaced with anything, right? Question mark can be replaced with anything. The first one is small, so this is also small. So this is possible criteria. So what I'm going to do is, rather than writing one question mark, I'll be writing other two option. So whenever writing the other two option, if I'm having red over here, then you just convert it into blue and red. Okay, just convert it into blue. If it is red, you have to write blue. If it is triangle, then we have to write circle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, for the first condition is small comma, blue comma, question mark. So one another possibility is small comma, question mark comma, circle. Is it clear? So I have changed red as blue, and I have changed triangle as circle, and I have completed these two. Small comma, blue comma, question mark, small comma, question mark comma, circle. This is over. The next part is question mark, comma, blue, comma, question mark. So if you see in your second example, there is no blue at all. So this is not at all possible. So just ignore this. Okay. This is not at all possible. So what I have to do is just ignore this one. Okay, ignore the, not like ignoring, just write as it is, not like ignoring, just write as it is, the same condition. Okay, no need to remove because we are not in that stage. So just no need to remove, just write as it is. So I'm writing blue as it is here. Okay, is it clear? So next, what we have to do, next we check with the another example. So the another one is triangle. Already it is in a triangle. So here also we have triangle. The same way here also we have the triangle. So what we can do, we can make some other possibilities. What are the possibilities are there? We can write it. So I alter with the first question mark. And what we have to do, we have to write the opposite value of the given value. What is the opposite value of small? It is big. So big comma question mark comma triangle. And for what about this question mark? The next part will be writing, converting this red into blue and write question mark comma blue comma triangle. Okay, question mark comma blue comma triangle. This is how you have to write your G2. As of now, it is over. Now we'll move on to the next example, the third one. Look at the third one. So it is positive value. So whenever it is negative, we'll be following these rules. If it is positive, what we are going to do? So this is my positive value. So positive in the sense, what I have to do? Directly just go to the S3. Sorry, this is my, okay, directly go to the S3, sorry, G3, directly go to the G3. What is the G3 value here? So you have, while a small comma, question mark, comma, circle in a sense, you have to check all these conditions as like we have solved in the previous sum. Okay, now I'm going to check whether small comma, blue comma, question mark is correct. See, check anywhere you are finding small comma, blue. Yes, but with the only one statement we are finding small comma blue comma circle is there is a possibility. So this is the correct one. Okay, but in this case we can fill anything here, right? We can fill anything, and moreover, even you have The possibility of yes, a small comma red comma cycle also there is a possibility. Small comma red comma cycle also possibility is there. So this is not the correct one. So I'm just going to avoid this line. Why? Because we don't have blue in all the positive cases. See, we have two positive cases. In that one case is blue, but the another case is red. So there is no possibility of small comma blue comma question mark. Okay. Next, let me check with the another one. Small comma question mark comma circle. Yeah, this is a correct answer because we have small and circle. Here also we have small and circle. In between they have mentioned as a question mark symbol, so anything can be written. So this is the correct one. So I have taken and written as small comma question mark comma circle. Next one, question mark, comma, blue, comma, question mark. So there is no possibility in this because we have no value also, we have S value as well. So there is no possibility, just ignore this. Then big comma, question mark, comma, triangle. So there is not at all, there is not at all this possibility. So just ignore this. And the one more is question mark, comma, blue, comma, triangle. So blue comma triangle also there is no possibility. So ignore these all things. So I'm just ignoring this one because there is no possibility for all these four conditions. Yes, for all these conditions, we don't have any possibility. So I'm ignoring all the four conditions and I'm writing G3 as this value, small comma, question mark, comma, circle. Okay. Now, see, now we'll move on to we'll check with the next one. Yeah, before checking this, we have completed G3. So parallelly, what we have to do, you have to complete your S3. So in this case, your possibility is yes, right? So what you have to write, change the null value and write the whatever the value is available, write those values as it is. So small comma, red comma, circle. In this see, I have changed and I have written as small comma, red comma, circle. Okay. Now this is over. So then what we have to do, we'll move on to the S4. Was the S4 part? So it is again no. Then what you have to write? If it is no, then write the no value here. So no, if it is no, what I have to do? I have to write it here. So if you check this, the first one itself mismatching. If you check this, the first one is a mismatching. The second one is also mismatching because there is no possibility. So it is mismatching. So the answer is correct. So again, write the same thing. Okay. See, there is no possibility because this is also negative. This is also negative. So automatically this is also negative. So the statement is correct. So you have to write the previous values as it is. Okay. This is over. Now we'll move on to the G4. Whenever we are coming to the G4, there is no other possibility we can try over here. So write the G4 as it is. Write the G4 as it is. It's over. Then we'll move on to the fifth example. If you are seeing the fifth example, see, we have a small and there is a possibility like a yes value. So if it is yes, first what we have to do, you have to finish your G5. So already I said you, if you are going with the G5 value, if it is small and question mark and circle, there is only one possibility we have. So this is the correct one. So there is no alteration in this. So write the G4 value as it is in G5, small comma, question mark, comma, circle. So we are just writing G4 and G5 as the same answer. Okay. Now what we have to do, once the S part is over, what we have to do, we'll just come to the S5. Okay. G part is over. We are moving on to the S5. What is the S5 value? Here it is small comma question marks comma circle. Why I have changed this? Because you have to now you have to compare this value with your last example. As we discussed in the previous example, what we have to do, if it is yes only, we have to do this. If it is yes, then what we have to do, you have to compare this answer with your previous example, with your previous answer. Okay, so here both are small, right? So you have to write small as it is. Then compare these two, blue and red. So that is a changes. So just make it as a question mark. Then circle, circle, both are same. So what you have to do, write the circle as it is. Now, if you see the last answer for G5 and S5, both are same. So you can write both specific hypothesis and general hypothesis are the same answer. Okay, a small comma, question mark, comma, circle. So this is my answer for both the general and specific hypothesis. Is it clear? So this is what the another example I just want to explain you. You can get the answer as like this also. Okay. So in the previous example, we found separate generic and separate specific hypothesis, right? So here you have both as the same answer. Okay. This is your second example. Okay. Thank you all.